Jesus. I mean, trust me, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, haters and bitter friends, it's your man H-Rap. I was pulled in for the battle of the clash of the Titans, North versus South Carolina. We have.
That's a good way to put it.
I almost said your government. I should have put you out there. But we got Jungle Brother versus Big Mo. I'm the ref. This the Giants versus the 49ers. New York versus South Carolina. North Carolina versus South Carolina. It's a battle. These guys have been beefing in chat rooms for about 4 years. Now they're going to finally settle the beef. In the middle, you have Warren. You got my man Jungle Brother on the left. You're on the left. Your right. My right. Man, your right. My left. Big Mo is in the building. What's good?
What's good with it? What's good with it? What's up, good? JB?
What's going on?
You had a whole lot of heat for me, man. Let's air it out.
I'm ready to go, man. I got my clip ready to go. It's time, Big Mo, you stand on business. We had a conversation about 18 months ago, and you were like, Jungle Brother, I just don't see Trey Lance. Move the offense, this, that, and the other. I think Brock Purdy gives us the best chance to win. Now, you got the stats up there, 4,280 yards, almost 70% completion percentage that ranked third in the season, 31 pass touchdowns. But when they needed him the most, Big Mo, on that 3rd and 4, when Chris Jones was unblocked, and they need Brock Purdy to make him miss, what he ended up doing? Throwing the ball away, settling for a field goal. That right there is an indictment on why Shanahan traded up to draft Trey Lance, because he needed a dynamic quarterback who just ain't going to sit in the pocket when everybody's blocked and just facilitate. On that 3rd and 4, he needed Chris Jones to miss, and he failed to do so.
That's your argument. That right there. That's what you standing on to say Trey Lance should have been under center.
That's my opening argument.
Listen, all right, okay. Let's say you're right about all that, man. So Trey Lance, what do we know about Trey Lance? We got that little small sample size in college, right?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 games.
We got that small, and in those games, not one Power 5 team did he play, right? You know what I'm saying? So, okay, he had a decent college career, you know what I'm saying, that one little season. But, bro, you're not available, number one. Let's talk about that. I'm not even saying that that's his fault, right? But you're never available. And when we do put you in the game, you ain't blowing nobody away. Simple as that. So, otherwise, you put Brock Purdy in the game, boom, 2 back-to-back conference championship games, a Super Bowl. I mean, to me, it ain't even really no argument, bro. It ain't no. Did you watch the Detroit game? Did you watch the conference championship game against Detroit?
Yeah.
So did you not see in that 4th quarter, Brock Purdy put that team on his back? Argue with me on that. Yeah, he put that team on his back.
Yeah, Detroit was in a prevent defense, and both of the linebackers had their backs to Brock Purdy. That's how he was able to run down the field and get the first down. Yeah, I saw that game.
Okay, you're going to bring up one play. That whole game, Brock Purdy had the team on his back when they needed him the most. That's what it boils down to. When they needed him the most, he came in, he showed up, he got it done. And don't talk like Brock Purdy can't move around in the pocket. He made a whole lot of plays with his legs throughout the playoff. You saw that. In that type of pressure, in that type of atmosphere, he got it done while Trey Lance folded in the preseason. Back-to-back years.
Big time players make big time plays during big time games. On that 3rd and 4, when he was supposed to move that protection over, make sure Chris Jones was blocked. You know what I'm saying? When he was supposed to move that protection over, make sure Chris Jones was blocked, because Jennings was a hot read. Yeah, Jennings was a hot read, wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That wide open. All Purdy had to do was escape Chris Jones and Chris Jennings wide open.
Okay.
Wide open.
Okay.
That's on a quarterback.
We're not even going to talk about
not having the ability to make a play when you need him the most. Now, you said Trey Lance didn't blow everybody away. But see, you raising the bar. You say Trey Lance got to blow you away, but then when you come to Brock Purdy, all you saying is, well, he doesn't suck. You see the
He had an MVP caliber season. What you talking about? Brock Purdy been in the MVP conversation all year, bro.
That wasn't his expectation. That was his expectation.
You said it was?
You said, Trey, no, you saying it wasn't. He wasn't expected to blow people away, but you expected Trey Lance to.
Yeah, because we gave up 3 first-round picks for him. You gave up the whole farm for that boy. The bar is raised. You a top 5 pick.
Nobody asked Shanahan to do that. Nobody asked Shanahan to do that. Trey Lance didn't ask him to do that.
So you want us to change the standard for these 2 quarterbacks? That's what you're saying.
Trey Lance came from North Dakota State, right? Ain't nobody was checking for him. Brock Purdy played at Iowa State. Nobody was checking for Brock Purdy. He was the last dude picked in the draft. Was nobody checking for him. And the only reason why they signed Brock Purdy, when they picked Brock Purdy 12, because they didn't have the money to get him as a free agent.
So you want to change the standard for these quarterbacks, because at the end of the day, once you get that starting job, bro, you got the starting job. I don't care where you got picked at. But coming out the gate, Trey Lance, his bar is going to be here because not only where you picked him in the draft, but what you gave up to get him, right? You done told the whole world, it's the guy. And don't just put it on San Francisco, because the scouts, all of them said that. He one of the top 3 prospects coming out of college, right? And when you get there, you out here looking like a deer in headlights most of the time. Yeah, we see the highlight plays where he made a few nice little plays. Everybody done that.
All Shanahan do is call RPOs.
So it's Shanahan's fault.
RPO. Yeah, he ain't call the same plays he's doing with Birdie.
Let me ask you a question.
He call him play for McCaffrey. He call him play for Ayuk.
Okay.
He call him reverses for Samuel. He's not calling the same plays.
Let me ask you a question.
He calling RPOs.
Let me ask you a question from an X's and O's. What make Trey Lance a better quarterback than Brock Purdy, in your opinion?
I mean,
you the New York Giants GM. No, go ahead.
How much time we got?
Go ahead. No,
how much time we got?
Let me hear it.
Big 6'4" quarterback, big 6'4" see over the pocket, strong arm. He versatile. You know what I'm saying? Versatile. He can do everything. He can make a Chris Jones miss. He can make an unblocked player miss.
Why he ain't do none of that?
And make it down the field.
Why he ain't do none of that when he was on the roster? Why he ain't do none of that when he had the opportunity in the game?
He got blown in.
He ain't get hurt every game. He ain't get hurt every game, bro. When he was out there, when he played from first quarter to fourth quarter, he didn't do none of that. He didn't do it as a starter. Don't act like he didn't start no games for us, man.
Look at the game plan.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Listen, I'm a 49ers fan. I watch these games, bro. And I like Trey.
Who was in the backfield when Trey Lance was playing?
Same team. He had the same team out there.
Yeah, had McCaffrey back there.
He had McCaffrey last year. And he was on the field last year.
He got hurt. He got hurt before they traded for McCaffrey.
Okay, all right. But you still got Deebo Samuel. You still got Elijah Mitchell. You still got explosive backs back there, bro. You got running backs out there that can get it done. You go back and you look at some of them numbers. McCaffrey first 3 games, it looked just like Elijah Mitchell's numbers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was out there just running through everybody out the gate. He picked up steam. Now, granted, we didn't lose a game that season once we drafted him until we got to that conference game and we lost all 4 of our quarterbacks, right? But you still had that talent back there. With that team that we had last year, poised to make a Super Bowl, Trey Lance still could not get it done. And that's not to say he's a bad quarterback. That's just to say we hadn't seen enough for you to where we feel like with the team that we have, you the guy. Brock Purdy came in and showed that immediately. I refuse to believe that there was any bias with the coach when it came to that decision.
I believe
no. You're not giving up what you gave up if you're not going to get his kid a chance. You're not giving up that many picks, that much equity if you're not willing to give him a chance.
All right? He only had 5. He only started 5 games.
The boy couldn't stay healthy, man. That ain't the coach's fault that he couldn't stay healthy. The coach didn't draw the plays that got him hurt.
He called those stupid RPOs.
Man, listen. All right. So you said no. Go ahead.
Hold on, just say with the RPO, you said that they shouldn't have been calling RPOs on him. But what happens if they don't run the RPOs? Wouldn't the conversation be they're not using him to the best of his abilities?
No, because when you run an RPO, the linemen can't fire off the ball. They cannot fire off the ball. So they're not blocking effectively. You know what I'm saying?
But it seems to be working with Lamar
The
Jackson.
linemen don't know. The linemen don't know whether they're going down the field, whether they're going to be run blocking or pass block. So instead of them reacting, they sitting there thinking. The offense is complicated.
The question
Shanahan
is,
wanted Trey Lance to run to cook Thanksgiving dinner while he got Brock Purdy out there making hamburgers and hot dogs.
Okay, so how is it working for Lamar Jackson?
Because Lamar Jackson, you look at his first 5 games, it's mighty similar to Trey Lance's first 5 games. Trey Lance ain't had the time to. Trey Lance only had 5 games. He can't show. He can't get in his groove in the first 5 games.
The difference is Lamar didn't get hurt, and Lamar didn't have. If he would, and when he did get hurt, he didn't have somebody come in and take the Ravens to the conference championship game.
Bro, tell me a time when you seen a team give up as much as they gave up to get Trey Lance and then move off him when they do. Teams don't want to do that, bro. That's a loss, man.
RG3.
When did they get rid of RG3? He was there for a little minute before they moved off of him, man.
I think they got rid of him in the 3rd or 4th year.
All right. So we drafted Trey Lance. What year we drafted Trey Lance? 2022, right? So, I mean, come on, man. They saw something in Brock, and they gambled on that. That got him to a Super Bowl. Brock Purdy didn't lose that Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan lost that. So you want to blame Kyle for something? Blame him for that. Blame him for going away from his game plan in the second half of that game against the defending champs. Blame him for that.
3rd and 4th. So the quarterback are going to do with the blocking scheme on that 3rd and 4th play.
Every quarterback gonna miss a play. We seen Tom Brady do it. We seen Lamar Jackson do it. We seen Dak Prescott do it. Yeah, a play when you need a touchdown. We've seen them all do it. Brock Purdy ain't perfect. The boy in his 2nd year. He picked last for a reason, right? Because he ain't blow nobody away in college. But he came out there, he worked, learned the playbook, and got the team to a Super Bowl, or helped get that team to a Super Bowl. I'm not giving him all the credit for that, because Christian McCaffrey gonna play a major role in that. Fred Warner gonna play a major role in that defense.
The 49ers defense stifled Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? For 3 out of 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? Stifled them. But guess what? Your 49er offense couldn't pull away from them. You know what I'm saying? It was 10-0 for the longest. Then it was 10-3. You know what I'm saying? Then it wasn't for that muff punt return where Kansas City went out there and went up 13-10. If it wasn't for that muff punt return, it would have been 13-6 for a long period. It would have been 10-6 for a long period of that game, because Kansas City could not go all the way down the field on San Fran. You know what I'm saying? They did it one time with your boy hurting. If they had a more effective quarterback, they would have put that game away.
Okay.
Brock Purdy couldn't put that game away.
For the conversation, with that line of thinking, does that mean Patrick Mahomes is inadequate because he couldn't move the ball on that 49er defense?
Hey, when you got a snake down, what you got to do? You got to chop his head off, and they didn't do it.
What is the grade on Patrick Mahomes then?
I want to hear this. No, grade him in that Super Bowl for those 3 quarters.
He ain't gonna score every drive. He ain't gonna score every drive.
He's not gonna score every drive. Brock Purdy not gonna make every play. You talking about Pat Mahomes versus Brock Purdy? Okay, that's what great quarterbacks do.
Could not do it.
Brock Purdy is not great.
He's the reason why they lost that game.
Brock Purdy, you crazy as hell. Brock Purdy is not great, but he better than Trey Lance.
Y'all needed a great quarterback.
Trey Lance ain't no great quarterback. You telling me Trey Lance great? Hey, if Trey Lance would have been there, he'd have made that play.
Quarterback.
You out your damn mind. Come on, Jungle, be smarter than that, bro.
Patrick Mahomes is a 3-5-7 revolver. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Y'all went in that game with a butter knife, and that butter knife is Brock Purdy.
Be that as it may, they still didn't score 20 points through 4 quarters, right? They still didn't. Listen. Let's be realistic.
Designed a great scheme against Mahomes.
Let's be realistic. What you say again about the coordinator?
You had a big time defensive coordinator, Steve Wilkes, who stifled Patrick Mahomes. All he needed All he needed was the 49er offense to do their job, and they didn't.
Steve Spagnuolo isn't a big-time quarterback? I mean, defensive coordinator?
He all right. One for a Super Bowl. He all right.
Hey, Jungle, let's have some perspective, man. Let's have some perspective.
But we didn't ask if he was Bill Belichick.
No. Let's put it in perspective.
I answered your question, H-Rap. You need to take that bass out your voice, sir.
Let's put it in perspective, man. All right.
You avoiding the answer. You avoiding the questions. You said he wasn't a Bill Belichick.
I said he's okay.
I didn't ask you. You responded to the question. It's a difference in the response.
You see how he changing the rules depending on who we talking about?
It's a difference in the response and the answer. If I ask you what time is it, daytime is a response. An answer is 3:30 p.m. Central Standard, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's the difference in the response and the answer. So is Steve Spagnuolo a good defensive coordinator?
Yes, he's a good defensive coordinator.
So again, you want an average quarterback to defeat a great coordinator or a good coordinator.
Thank you.
But you're not holding a great quarterback to the same standards, and they pretty much did the same thing.
Exactly.
I don't know what you're doing with the words, but what I'm saying is the 49ers went to a gunfight with a butter knife at quarterback.
You sound crazy, but let me tell you something. Go back and look at those statistics from that Super Bowl. Look at Pat numbers, look at Brock numbers, right? Let me tell you something, man. They went into that game going against the defending champs, going against the great Andy Reid, the great Patrick Mahomes, and they held them boys under 20 points through 4 quarters. Brock Purdy played well enough to win that game, right? But you playing Pat Mahomes. You playing Andy Reid. You left a window open in that third quarter. And that was not on Brock Purdy. That was on Kyle Shanahan. Because the game plan that was working in the first half, you went away from it. It's that simple. It's really that simple. That's what happened. They lost the game. And they were out-coached.
I got a question for both of y'all. You go into the Super Bowl. I want y'all to pick a random quarterback. A random, not a very good, not a very bad. Just a number 15 quarterback in NFL history. Both of y'all pick one, right? Please let me know which one y'all picked.
Just a random average quarterback?
Random average quarterback. It's 32 teams in the league. Give me either number 14, 15, 16, or 17 in your mind.
I'm going to just say Kirk Cousins.
Phil Simms?
Kirk Cousins.
Phil Simms. What's the chances on Phil Simms going into a Super Bowl and defeating and doing his thing against the number 3 defense in NFL that season? Slim and none.
Slim to none.
Is Brock Purdy better than Phil Simms, Jungle?
Nope.
That's what you just asked Brock Purdy to do then. The Chiefs had the number 2 overall defense in the national football. The Chiefs had the number 2 overall defense in the National Football League in 2023, and you just told me you expected a guy who you just named a random dude better than, and you said he was not better than this random dude, and you asked him to do that.
Well, if you were listening at the beginning, H-Rap, me and Big Mo had this conversation that they should not go with Brock Purdy. I told him this 18 months ago. I said Brock Purdy would not win that game for you. And he showed, and that's self-evident.
Who would have?
So you telling me Trey Lance would have won that game? If Trey Lance was on the field.
On that play right there, he would make
No. Would he have won the game?
Yeah, I believe so.
So in other words, what you're saying is
would have won the game. A guy who has not started but 5 games would have said in his mind, allow me to make the right setup. I haven't played all year. I have only played 5 games in my life, but I will make the right decision in this situation.
Now, I'm going to say something, and I need to start letting me finish my answer. When y'all ask me a question, let me finish my answer.
No, go ahead.
Okay? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got a lot of bass in your voice. And when y'all ask the question, y'all need to take that bass away when I'm answering it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all being real disrespectful right now. But anyway.
Go ahead.
On that play right there, when the play breaks down, when you got Ayuk, when you got Jennings, you got McCaffrey, you got Kittles, and somehow the play breaks down, you need a quarterback who can make a play when the play breaks down. And the reason why they kicked the field goal instead of scoring a touchdown, because they didn't have that type of quarterback. And Trey Lance would have made Chris Jones miss and hit Jennings, because he would have slid to the pocket. He would have slid to the pocket. He would have juked him, and boom, he had Jennings right there, wide open, right there in the end zone.
Let me say this.
Hold on 1 second, Mo. You do talking, right? You do talking?
I'm through talking. Yes, sir.
Now, what play has Trey Lance? At what point in his 5-game career did he do something to make you believe that would happen?
He showed me a whole lot. That's why he got drafted number 3. He did it in college.
No, I didn't ask you about. No. I didn't ask you about his college.
You want to break down every play, H-Rap? You want me to break down every play?
I'm just talking about the facts.
I don't got the film work with me to break down every play.
What has Trey Lance done in the National Football League that makes you believe he has the aptitude to execute the thing that you just said?
Because he got the skill set and he showed it in his games. He showed it before he got hurt. He showed it.
So
he showed it. Okay. He showed that he can make an unblocked player miss.
1 second, Mo.
He showed he can make an unblocked player miss. Plain and simple.
So in your estimation, Trey Lance should be barking up Dak Prescott's back next year for the starting position.
Dak Prescott can make an unblocked player miss. Dak Prescott can make an unblocked player miss. Dak Prescott
will make an unblocked player miss. I asked you, so with that thinking, according to you, Trey Lance should be, the Dallas Cowboys should be going.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying Trey Lance is better than Purdy. I'm not saying Trey Lance is better than Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott got was.
I didn't say he was.
You saying
you just asked me. You just asked me to let you speak. I'm gonna need you to do the exact same thing.
Because
I'm gonna need you to do the exact same thing. I'm going to need you to do the exact same thing.
You will not let me answer my question.
I'm going to need you to do the exact same thing.
I'm not finished answering my question. You took that back out of your boy.
My question.
Hey, Big Mo, you need to get control of your show, Big Mo. Big Mo, you need to get control of your show.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question.
You know what you should. I should go in the chat room.
Let me ask you a question, Jungle. Let me ask you a question. Matter of fact, go back and watch the 49ers Minnesota game from last year. Trey Lance starting the game, right? You got Deebo Samuel and Jennings wide open. They wide open, right? Trey Lance checked down twice in a row. For what? For what? You got the defender with his back to you. Now, yeah, he going in the fade, right? And he'll eventually get there. But that receiver, he ready for the ball. Trey, you 6'5", right? You can see over everybody, right? Why you checking the ball down? You know what I'm saying? 2 back to back. And you want me to believe that this guy gonna go into a Super Bowl and beat Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, gonna outgun him with no playoff experience, no Power 5 college experience? You want me to believe that guy is gonna go in there? And I'm not even saying that he's not better than Brock. He may prove me wrong, right? He could go out here and take the job from Dak Prescott, right? But I got to see that. I'm going to need to see that, bro. And all I'm saying is I have not seen enough from Trey for me to feel more comfortable with him at that starting position than Brock Purdy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You could show me. You couldn't show me when you was with the Niners. Show me in Dallas. Show me in Dallas, because Dak Prescott, as much as I love Dak Prescott, he ain't never been able to get it done in the postseason. Whole nother conversation. We ain't got to get into that, right? But if Trey is that dude if he that legitimate number 3 pick that you willing to give up the form for, then go up there and show me. Let me see that. And we'll come back in a year or two and we'll have the same conversation. And I get on here and I'll be like, you know what, Jungle Man, bro, all due respect, I was wrong. You was right. I'll never question you again.
You need to be saying that right now, sir.
You out your damn mind if I'm going to say that today. Because you talking crazy, talking about Trey Lance finna go out there and dissect. Huh? Me and H-Rap.
You singing those praises right now. You and H-Rap need to put on y'all little choir robe and start singing that right now.
Okay, all right. Well, I tell you what then. Let's have a different conversation. I'm going to give you the flow. I want you to tell me what the hell is wrong with your Giants. Why they ain't been in playoff contention in the past few years? Real play. I ain't talking about no damn wild card game. I'm talking about in the division with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, and them regular-ass Redskins, Commanders. Why they can't get it done?
Giants got two ownership groups. You got the Tisch family and you got the Merritt family. One, hold on. Now, can I answer the question? I mean, can I answer the question?
I'm about to give me a cigar and a drink for this one.
Can you pot him down, Big Mo? I'm trying to answer the question.
I got him. He good. He under control. He all right.
You need to get control of
him. Hey, Brian, I'm going to need you to behave.
Like I was saying.
He should be from Chicago.
Like I was saying before I got rudely interrupted. They got two ownership groups, the Tisch and the Merritt family. You know what I'm saying? The ownership group that hired Jerry Reese and that won Super Bowls this millennium is not in control right now. You know what I'm saying? The ownership group that hired the Dayballs, you know what I'm saying, fired Jerry Reese, got rid of all the good talent, all the good scouts for the Giants, is why we're in the spot right now. We need to switch over from the ownership group, get a new front office in, get the scouts that had Jerry Reese, who hired Perry Few, you know what I'm saying? And we even had Spagnolia. We had real good coaches. Right now, the ownership group went away from that. And that's the number one problem with the Giants, bad personnel decision.
Let me ask you another question, man.
Yes,
I thought about this while you was talking. I've never known you to not be supportive of any black quarterback in the NFL. Right?
Right.
When was the last time the Giants had a black quarterback?
Geno Smith.
Okay.
And they railroaded him because they wanted Eli Manning to play.
Why you still support that team?
It's like when your kids mess up, you know what I'm saying? Even though your kids out there stealing cars or whatever, they still your kids. You know what I'm saying? Giants used to play in Yankee Stadium right around the corner from where I was born. That's my team.
Take a real stand, though. Why don't you take a real stand? Be like, you know what? Until you support a black quarterback, I'm not going to support you. You ever thought about that?
I thought about that, but it ain't going to do no good. They're not going to listen to me.
All right, Rap. I'm gonna let you take that one.
All right, he sound like a Chicagoan to me. the same nonsense the bad fans talk. Oh, that's my
let
team.
Him talk to me like that, Big Mo? You gonna let him talk to me like that?
I gave him the flow, man. I had to give him the flow. I gave you the flow. I had to give him the flow, man. Say that again, Rap.
A-Trap sound like the greatest right now.
Hey, this is why I'm a Raider fan, because I'm not gonna keep buying T-shirts, hats, drawers, gloves, sitting in front of my TV, and the people who own them teams just gonna keep getting richer, and I don't get entertained. I don't need my team to win the Super Bowl every year, but I need to know they did the best they could, or they was trying, like Al Davis. Al Davis last 15 years of his life, all he did was try. He ruined that team, but he was trying to win today, because you can't tell an 80-year-old man next year. You can't talk to him about next year, because it might not be next minute. So I get it. I understand why he ran that team into the ground. He was trying to win tonight. But when you root for the Bears, the Cubs, the Yankees, the Knicks, the Bulls,
watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth. It's always the deal. We got them next year. We got them next year. And we going on almost 30 years since the Bulls won one. It's been 50 years since the Knicks won one. The Giants won one about 10 or 12 years. But see, you got people like him. Oh no, you know what? You can't talk about don't let the truth get in the way of a good argument, because that's my team. Yeah, they ain't supporting you. So go ahead, Chicago York, or New Chicago, or whatever you are.
Watch your mouth.
This is why I don't.
New Chicago, Carolina.
Right. This is why I don't root for hardly any Chicago teams, because the people who own these teams in this lousy sports town, they forget how you go 119 and 116 years without winning a World Series. The Bears ain't won a Super Bowl since I was in high school. I'm 54 years old. Since my sophomore year in high school. Since my sophomore, 38 years. 38 years.
But you know
but
what,
you
though?
want me to be. So, hey, man, I ain't trying to hear that. But
I'm going to
this
tell you, though.
is why these teams keep milking people. Because you got people that will argue you to no end. And it's always, see, they hide to do with the headache. And then, you know what ironic about that, Mo? Ask him who did he just say that they used to have as a
Him got
team
a
that
name. Him got a name,
they
A-Trap.
hold
Him got a
He
name.
said he said they got rid of Steve Spagnuolo. 3 minutes before that, he ho-hummed that same Steve Spagnuolo.
I caught that. I was gonna come back to that. But I'm gonna say this though, man.
New York and Chicago will never consistently be winners.
But
their fans will support. They could you know what? They could hire me as the Bulls GM or the White Sox GM or the Cubs GM or the Yankee, the Knicks GM or the Giants GM, and it'll be a bunch of people going, you never know that podcast guy, he might know what he's talking about. They'll stick up for him. So,
man, listen.
This is why those teams suck on a regular basis.
First of all, shout out to everybody tapped in. Shout out to the chat room, man. We appreciate y'all, man. But listen, what's worse? Having an organization that's just run horribly, and we can name a few of them. A terribly run organization can't never get no talent in there, or a team that's got talent, a lot of talent, like Super Bowl caliber talent, but it's just ran poorly, right? The Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, I'm shitting on the Cowboys right now, but I watch that team and I'm like, every year, y'all got enough pieces to go the distance, right? But every year it be the same old shit with the ownership, with Jerry Jones, and just really not bringing that thing together like he. What's worse? What would you rather have? Just we trash, our team trash, and our owner trash, or we got talent and the owner can't get out the way?
I'd rather have a team like the Giants than a team like the 49ers, who want to win a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to win with a quarterback like Trey Lance. Y'all want to win with some old Mr. Irrelevant with a Brock Purdy. That's why y'all ain't want to invest in the Kaepernick. That's why y'all ain't want to invest in the Trey Lance, because y'all only want to win a certain way instead of winning the right way.
The 49ers ain't the only one that shitted on Kaepernick.
First of all,
I think, go ahead.
Let me interrupt. Kaepernick, see, y'all gonna stop that. No. Colin Kaepernick got dumped on by the league. He opted out of his last year in a contract in a white country that anytime you say anything that ain't patriotic, the whole country come down on you. So for you to opt out of your last year, that ain't the 49ers' fault. I ain't finna blame the 49ers for that. Now, the league blackballed them, but you opted out of $17 million. You supposed to sit on that bench and got that $17 million and then sued them for whatever you got. Nah, I ain't blaming the 49ers for that.
And I agree with that. But again, I think, like I said, that was league-wide when it came to cap. It's America. You know how America do. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if you stand up against anything that America believe in, then that's how it play out. That's how it play out. And it's some bullshit.
49ers one of the worst. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Big Mo. My apologies.
No, you good. Go ahead.
49ers, one of the worst ran organizations in NFL. Number one, where's Charles Haley retirement ceremony? Where's T.O. retirement ceremony? You know what I'm saying? Where's John Taylor retirement ceremony? You know what I'm saying? Why they ain't retire those jerseys? Where's love to Roger Craig, who put a real good two big time Super Bowls for the 49ers? Why he's not on it? All you see is Jerry Rice, Steve Young, and Joe Montana. Where the Charles Haley's at? Where the Brian Youngs? Why they ain't getting no love?
All right, so you just opened up the door for a whole different conversation. If the 49ers, and trust me, if we moving like that, it's a whole lot of other teams in the league moving like that, right? All those,
all the Giants getting love.
Yeah, they all getting love until they get ready to go get their quarterback, and then they can't go get that star black quarterback. But that's a whole nother conversation. So all them talented brothers that you just named, right? Okay, y'all don't feel that love? Go out there and start your own situation then. What the fuck we need the NFL for? right? Why come ain't nobody done that? If you feel that strong about that, then y'all, come on, get together. Let's go do our own thing, because we the talent, right? Ain't nobody come out here to see Jerry Jones. Ain't nobody come out here to see Al Davis, right? Let's start our own situation. Let's talk about that. No? We ain't gonna talk about that? All right, I don't want to hear nothing about the NFL shitting on these black men if we don't say fuck the NFL and go do our own thing.
Well, it's a fact. You might not want to talk about it, but it's a fact.
No, I'm not even saying you're wrong. I agree with you. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But I'm not even going to speak on it until I hear somebody say, you know what, I'm tired of this. This is what we going to do. Until I hear I don't play football, right? I'm just a fan. You a fan of the New York Giants? You like how they run their organization? I'm a fan of the San Francisco 49ers. I love to see us win. But until one of them stand up and say we tired of this shit, ain't even worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a conversation they need to have before we have it.
I think you liking the 49ers, your black card need to be questioned. You know what I'm saying? The 49ers ain't never done anything for the black community.
Ain't now one of these teams done nothing for the black community. What the hell is you talking about? What the Giants done for me? What they done for you?
We ain't talking about the Giants. We talking about the 49ers.
Let's talk about the Giants then. I done said what I had to say about the 49ers. What the Giants done for you?
I plead the fifth.
My man. All right. So you agree with me. They need to go out there and do their own thing, right?
Yeah, right now, the ownership group right now that's in control of the Giants need their shares sold, and they need to give up control of the Giants and give it back to the people who hired Jerry Reese. Bring Jerry Reese back so we get big-time defensive coordinator like Perry Few.
Listen, I ain't got no slide for it, but I'm gonna
get our scouting department where it need to be.
I'm gonna switch gears real quick. Rap, I got a question for you. You saw the comments that Jalen Rose made, right?
Mm-hmm.
You give me the backstory on that, and then give me your thoughts on that.
Well, for whatever reason, Jalen Rose has taken upon himself to take a shot at Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith he basically pulled a Tupac. Skip Bayless for you. I'm gone.
Nah, you good. You good. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Oh, okay.
That's my bad.
Skip Bayless for years created a lane for he created a lane that allows these reporters to step in and eviscerate the character of athletes from coast to coast, border to border. And Stephen A. saw it and picked up the mantra. And nobody has publicly called him out. Nobody has consistently called him out on. Stephon Marbury has called him out on that, called him out on things like that, and a few other athletes. But because it seems that our community has, men in our community and these athletes in our community have this thirst to be accepted and be embraced by the mainstream media and things of that nature, they continue to sneak and get them interviews and deal with them on a regular basis. And then you find yourself out of a job, and then now you want to go on Twitter and attack them. Look, I don't disagree with anything Jalen Rose said, but 6, 8, 10 months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 10 months ago, 2 years ago, he was your brother, and he was this, and he was that. And now that you're not on the network, you're going to kick him in his head. I'm just sick of this whole publicly fighting against each other nonsense. And that's the part that annoys me more than anything. Why must you go on social media? Why must you go on Shay? Why must you go on these podcasts and eviscerate each other? That's the part that I don't mind, because to me it makes Jalen Rose look a little weak, because he was your man 100 grand a year ago. He ain't changed anything he's doing, but now you going out and attacking him because you no longer getting that little free ESPN money. Help me understand. That's a question for Brother Jalen. Why was he cool when you were on the show and now he's not cool? He hasn't changed anything. He played a role. He bring people. He yell at the Cowboys. He yell at the Giants. He yell at anybody he wants. The moment the narrative is target them, he on their back. So what's different from Stephen A. when he was your brother, he was your homie, and now that you ain't on the network, he a bum, and I'm glad I ain't make my career like this. Help me understand.
That's crazy, man. Jungle, let me ask you this, man. Am I crazy for feeling like you got you got the black, I don't know, journalist talent or whatever. You got the Stephen A's, the Shannon Sharps, you got the Jalen Rose and Jason Williams. Just like with the NFL and what I was saying about them players. Am I wrong for feeling like, you know what? Y'all sports talent. You know sports and all different sports. You know what I'm saying? Why not bring that thing together? Start your own movement. Because I think if you're going let's say these guys got together, they decide to start their own leagues, right? Well, you're gonna need that journalism too. You know what I'm saying? One can help catapult the other. Am I bugging?
No, you're not bugging, but we don't support our own platform. Byron Allen got his own TV network. Nobody watches it. Roland Martin got his own. Roland Martin got his own streaming platform. Nobody watches. We
Not
just
true
got to
about
start
Roland.
from the. Say what?
Not true about Roland. Roland is killing it. We support Roland.
No, go ahead.
Let me put it this way. Roland, probably. I'm just my. I could be wrong, but Roland Martin, when he was on CNN, had a bigger. He had more exposure than what he's gotten now. You know what I'm saying? And now, if you tell me he's getting better numbers, then I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I watch Roland Martin. I'm subscribed to him. I got that notification bell set on all his shows. You know what I'm saying? But we don't support our own channels like we do the networks, and we need to get that up.
Well, but okay, he on CNN and gonna get more exposed. It's a bigger network, but that's something you got to build up to that though. You can't just say, "Well, I ain't gonna come out the gate and
And he
get
was on
them same
TV1.
ESPN numbers." You know what I'm saying? That I mean, stuff
Well,
like that
like this.
it's gonna take time. I don't think you give up on that fight because it ain't just blowing up out the gate.
Well, the problem with us, when we do have our own, right? Say, like for example, I'm gonna give Club Shake Shake. That's his own, right? Whenever
Not
we blow
100%.
up, okay. Look, well, let me finish my
All right, go
thought.
ahead. My bad.
When we have our own, and we have our own, right, and it start blowing up, they come in here with a big bag full of money and buy us out. Roland Martin, he was a flagship guy on TV1. You know what I'm saying? He was a man on TV1. What they do? They bought TV1 out. And you can't tell me when last time you've been on TV1. Whenever we start doing our own and having our own and successful, they come and they buy us out. That's our problem. We can't say no to the offer.
Ain't nobody
Well,
said no yet like that. Go ahead. But
well,
I hear you though.
I think that's a narrative that I think we assume that people watch CNN more than they watch Roland. Like, for example, I just pulled up the numbers to be exact. Just want to make sure I wasn't assuming. Roland Martin has 1.2 million subscribers. At no point, Rachel Maddow, the hottest thing on MSNBC. She is the face of MSNBC. She gets about 250,000 viewers a night.
Great point.
250,000. Chris Como used to get about 250,000 a night. The dudes on Fox, Tucker Carlson, 250,000 a night. I'm looking at Roland Martin videos. One day ago, 16,000 views. 2 days ago, 90,000 views. 3 days ago, 278,000 views. 400,000 views. We support. See, that is a narrative that is pushed out in front of us. We don't support. I am personally, I personally totally disagree from that. You got hundreds of thousands of people supporting the late great Joe Madison, hundreds of thousands of people supporting Karen Hunter, hundreds of thousands of people supporting Clay Kane, Larry Daniel Favors on Sirius XM, and that's people paying to listen. They are paying. That ain't free. They are paying at a minimum $10 a month because I pay the same $10 and I listen to them. Another group of people, when you watching Roland, I'm looking for some of his live feeds. Here's some of his live feeds when he go live. I'm looking at Roland Martin. 3.7 million views on the last show 5 hours ago, and he only got 1 million subscribers.
That's some good
7
numbers.
hours ago, 1.5 million views. people, we are supporting, but we assume because these people got a boatload of money behind them that they're outdoing us. Because you can spend, Roland Martin can only spend, let's just say, maybe about a year ago, I heard Roland Martin saying that when he first started, he was making $70,000 a month. He didn't have 1 million subscribers at that point. He ain't got the subscribers that he ain't getting the what is it, the money, the people who pay for the commercial people,
sponsorship.
The sponsorship dollars they got. But Roland still, Roland had cameras in there with Fannie Willis. Roland had cameras all over the country now. So Roland is doing it. We just assume I think that's a narrative that's being pushed out in front of us that we don't support. Who cuts your hair? A black person. Who do your hair, sister? A black person. Who you get your neighborhood hood food from? Mostly black people. If it's there, we'll support it. Uncle Nearest, a liquor company, is not Jay-Z, not Kevin Hart, not LeBron James, and not The Rock, who just had, somebody just said, not Keyshawn Johnson, not none of these big time people. Uncle Nearest is the largest cognac seller in America. Uncle Nearest is the #1 independent cognac in America today. That's owned by a black a woman. I think her name is Fannie Shaw. She's a descendant of Uncle Nearest. She says every day she gets emails and offers to buy Uncle Nearest from her because we are supporting it. I think that's a narrative that's put out there. We don't support. What we don't do is start enough businesses. We don't keep the end of the bench going. We don't keep Jungle Brother going. We don't keep Park Bench Media going. We'll give up after a year, after 2 years, after 5 years because it's no traction. That's our problem, if you ask me. We don't keep it going. So then when they see you picking up traction, we'll take the bow. And that's just like, and then they even trick us into this narrative. Well, see, you got to sell Def Jam because is it good to have something worth $50 million, or do you want $50 million cash? I want something worth $50 million. And for the people who say, no, so you got to understand business, rap, I don't see nobody selling their crib. Oh, you got $1 million crib? Me and Jungle talked about that recently. You refinance your house, take some equity out, and you pay for your child's education. Mm-hmm. Your child goes to school for free because you got $1 million house and his education was $300,000.
Right.
We don't sell our house, and now I got $1 million and my child got a free education, but we homeless. We stand outside freezing. So why would you sell Def Jam, Russell? Why would you sell Death Row? Suge Death Row thing? That's totally different. You see, Jay Prince ain't sold Rap a lot. You see, my man Earl Stevens, aka E40, ain't selling none of his businesses because Jay-Z, he sold Spotify. They duped him into selling the major percentage of Spotify because he thought he was finna buy an NFL team. Psych. So we gotta get away from this narrative that we don't support. We don't. Yeah, of course, it's more white people at rap concerts than black people. Because there's more white people in this country than black people.
And I think right there, that's what we got to be careful when we start looking at the metrics. Because if you have CNN, the demographic, you know what I'm saying, that's viewing, right? So Roland leaves CNN and go do his own thing. Be careful about the metrics, because if we as a community are going to be the ones supporting him, they still outnumber us. So comparing that viewership to a CNN, that's the math ain't gonna never add up. But you can't base success off of that. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, again, get together, do it, try it, grind it out, and stay with it through it's like with podcasting, bro. I don't know nobody personally that's podcasting and now they eating off of that. Because it's a grind. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be consistent. You gotta be consistent. You gotta get the people quality. You gotta get the people, you gotta grab their attention and keep it. Build your audience, cater to your audience to a degree. You know what I'm saying? But like, and I know it's harder for some than others. Some of us getting boycotted out here, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing, and they coming for your neck, but that's okay. We get through that too.
Yeah, pray for H-Rap. We'll pray for H-Rap, man.
We're gonna send a prayer up before, if somebody in the chat room want to pray, y'all make sure y'all put that man in your prayers.
They coming after the brother, man.
Yeah, D Great, right? He said Tidal. I know you had mentioned Spotify. It was
Yeah,
Tidal.
title. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
but I know what you meant though. But yeah, I think we can't be afraid to do that. Like, I never looked at the numbers from the big three when Ice Cube was doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know it ran for a little. I don't even know if he's still doing it or not. But even that, I feel like that's a little different from what we talking about. We talking about professional sports. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like with the whole Prime situation, that right there kind of started something. It kind of helped start that conversation. And then you had, who was it? Was it Ed Reed that was thinking about going down there to do something?
Okay.
Yeah, just trend
But
upward
see,
with shit like that.
and see, that's the thing, man. When things don't go the way we want them to go, if it's not a perfect situation, we get out here and trash the person. It's foolish, man. I think it's foolish. It's like, hey, man, you need to. No, I don't need to. You need to understand that you in a system that's not built for you to win in. And if you're not built for that fight, you don't need to be in this. Look,
Right.
you ain't got to go on TV. Hey, man, they ain't right down here. All I know is this. I'm 53 years old. I was going to school in 1988, and they was talking about the crooked people and at HBCUs then. So if it was crooked people 38 years ago, those same crooked people there now. So you had to go into it knowing this is a bad situation. So what I need to do is make sure that I don't get caught up in this bad situation. But we don't do that. We condemn folks. I mean, you no. If they were acting right in 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, they're not gonna be acting right today.
Mm.
So walk into the situation saying, hey, this ain't gonna be right. But I'm gonna work this number until
You all right?
yeah. My Apple Pay declined something, and I'm trying to get them to take the damn money.
He
We need to
multitasking
just
live on the air.
yeah, man, because I love stars.
That's what it is, man.
But yeah, we just have to be ready for this, man. It's a bad situation. We caught with our pants down. So what we do is don't let them keep, oh man, y'all ain't no good. No, we are good. We good. But are y'all good? And that's the problem. You got to take that loss up until and including that moment that, hey, it is what it is.
That's what's up, man. Well, listen. All right, before we jump out of here, because I got to go get me a plate. Jungle, bro, I appreciate you letting us air this conversation out, man. It's been a long time coming. I feel like I feel like we still got to break it down a little bit more, but that's all right, though.
That's right. We're gonna agree to disagree, man.
Yeah, exactly. So let us know what you got coming up, man. When can the people catch you? Where can they catch you? Talk to them.
Might come on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Do one of those Sunday night shows. If I could get with another content creator, might have something planned for y'all. Something like what we did last Sunday night. But that's 50-50 is up in the air. Don't hold it to me. But I'm gonna try to put out content either Tuesday or Wednesday. I got a Judge Jungle show. I got charges on you for letting H-Rap go ham during this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Without not putting boundaries on him and violating about 5 or 6 FCC laws. You know what I'm saying? But
Get my lawyer together. Hit him
Get
up.
some charges on yourself for being delusional.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, H-Rap will be held in contempt. Communicating falsification. But yeah, we're gonna do like I don't do like a Judge Jungle grand jury hearing. You know how grand jury is? They look at some charges, and we'll see which one of them stick. You know, it's like you can put charges on somebody, but the grand jury don't indict them, it gets thrown out. So it's gonna be that type of show right there.
All right.
Are you
Now
going
you
to
know
indict
on a grand jury, you don't need to show proof. You know what I'm saying? You don't need overwhelming proof for somebody to be indicted. You know what I'm saying? It's just a prosecution telling the grand jury about this, that, and the other. They don't have to show overwhelming evidence.
There it is. Rap, talk to him, man. What you got coming up, man?
Well, we got the. I got to watch this movie tonight because tomorrow we doing this thing called Surrounded on the forecast. And then, me and you got a show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about a myriad of things, and then I got. I caught a little smoke this week. I made a statement. My thumbnail is a statement. Be a Republican if you want to be. Somebody I know jumped to a conclusion and told me I was wrong and I'm supporting Donald Trump, and I'm like, interesting. So I just
had to go look at that thumbnail.
Yeah, it just says support Donald, and you got Fred Hampton on your thumbnail. That's misleading. And I'm like, interesting. I haven't said anything. You just assumed that I meant something. So just another situation to whereas people listen with the intent to respond and not to understand. In this case, you didn't even listen. You just read it. You just read and jumped to a conclusion. So you can please some of the people some of the time. You can please none of the people. And you can please people who assume things at no point in your life.
All right, we're back. What time? Give me that time again on the forecast.
Forecast 9:30 Eastern Standard, 8:30 Central Standard, 6:30 Pacific Standard, 5:30 Mountain.
There it is, man.
7:30 Mountain.
Well, make sure y'all catch Chief Seats tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Me and H-Rap gonna be chopping it up about.
We're gonna talk about jungle.
You said what?
We're gonna talk about jungle.
We're gonna talk about the RICO charges he got on me. All right, I'm gonna bring my attorney on that, man. See if he can't give me some online, live on the air consultation and some advice and get me in the right direction, man. But that's what it is, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us, man. We're gonna get out of here and we'll catch y'all tomorrow evening. We out of here.
What I'm not gonna do is turn this shit down to make you happy.